Okay, we got streaming was a mistake from internet education. Okay, what is going on with streaming?
Are you ready, kids?
Piracy
I can
is
hear you.
back.
Oh.
So now instead of paying $15.99 a month for 4K UHD, whatever downloads, 4 concurrent streams with HBO Max, you now have to pay $20 a month.
I hate Netflix. I hate them really bad.
Paramount Plus, Peacock, and Prime Video are $12. Disney Plus is $14, Netflix is $15.50, and Hulu is $18 every month.
Holy shit! Wait, is that? Let me say that again.
And Hulu is $18.
18 a month. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's plus 60. 70. About 80. About $80. Over $80 a month. And you just end up you end up cutting the cable, thinking you're gonna save money many years ago, and then what has happened? Over the course of time, every one of the channels that you had before, they jack up their price, and you end up paying the same, if not more, to get all the same things back that you used to have. Bro, like thinking about it now, like all of this shit being on cable and all for like one price. It's kind of like back then was a good deal, because everybody's just gonna end up increasing, like up. Everything's gonna go up.
Every
They will
month.
keep raising it until they find the ceiling.
People are paying now more for your television entertainment than we ever were before.
Wait, streamflation is here, and media companies are betting you'll pay up. Dang. Wow.
These companies are going to do whatever they want to do at the end of the day. Bringing you actual value is not their main focus. It's all about the money.
And I'm not
Yeah.
saying we should do crime. What I'm saying is
Piracy is back. Online piracy surges as viewers battle subscription fatigue. Yep. Everyone's tired of subscribing to bullshit. Subscribe to this service for the ad-free version. Wow. Well, everybody knows. Everybody just wants to avoid ads. Time to batten down the hatches and hit the pirate button. Oh, this is so funny. Wait, what is this? Major anime piracy website surpasses Disney Plus and Crunchyroll in visitors. Ooh, what is that? Oh, wow. There it is. Hianime.to. Wow. I got to write that down. Wait a sec. I'm going to open up a notepad. Hianime.to. Okay. Got it.
People are starting to realize that it's easier and far cheaper to pirate their favorite TV shows and movies than to buy them. And you honestly can't blame them. Streaming is horrible now. When
It
Netflix
is.
first came out, the idea was revolutionary.
Yeah.
You could see why everybody loved it. Netflix made it easier to watch all your favorite movies and TV shows on one disc, conveniently from anywhere in the world. And for a brief moment, it was great. Piracy fell to an all-time low, as nobody saw the need for it anymore. But as the saying goes, nothing good lasts forever, especially since other platforms realized that instead of licensing their shows to Netflix, they could just create their own stream.
I'm gonna make my own stream service. Like, look at all this bullshit, dude. Peacock, Hulu, Apple TV Plus, Netflix, Discovery Channel, Prime Video, Max, used to be called HBO, Max, Paramount Plus, Showtime, Disney Plus, and there's more. 100% there's more, but this, I think, these are like a lot of the big major ones. I mean, most notably, Netflix was the beginning, the originator. That's why they're like probably the most.
streaming services and keep all the profit for themselves. Want to watch The Last of Us? It's not on Netflix. You'll have to pay $10 for HBO Max. Want to watch Family Guy? Another $10 for Hulu.
He said it! He said it!
Want to catch up on Rick and Morty? It's not on Hulu.
Jeez, I don't know.
You'll have to go back to HBO Max, despite the show being owned by the same network, Fox. When The Office, the comedic show that won 5 Emmys, came out on Netflix.
Mm-hmm. Pyramid scheme.
I have to go make a call.
Fans adored the idea that their favorite show was conveniently on the most popular streaming platform on the planet. That was until 2021, when everything changed. Netflix's license to continue streaming expired, and other
Netflix is about to lose one of its most watched TV shows, The Office.
streaming platforms saw an
Guys, how do we take Netflix down this time? Bop, 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 bop. Well, we all gotta separate and all raise our prices up uniformly, creating an unofficial monopoly or an unofficial version of price fixing.
opportunity to steal Netflix's golden show for themselves. The directors of the show called the representatives of Netflix, Hulu, Apple, and Peacock to a room and asked them to bid for the show, and the highest bidder would walk away with the rights. Of
Wow.
course, Netflix didn't stand a chance in a room full of billion, even trillion-dollar companies like Apple. At the end of the day, Peacock won the auction by offering $500 million in a 5-year deal for the show.
Holy shit. The Office. Why NBC Universal is paying $500 million to pull the hit from Netflix. Huh. This is crazy. The Office? And so what? They're just gonna pull it off of Netflix, put it on the little NBC Peacock thing, and what? Just shove like over $500 million worth of ads into this thing?
5 times more.
Well, here's the thing. Anytime like one of my friends has like booted up like a random episode of The Office to try to convince me to watch it, like they end up like either watching it or they just leave it on in the background. That's usually what ends up happening. And like it'll go through like the ad portion of it too. But like you don't have to actually watch it. It's just like we'll be like at the table like eating something, and then it's just like playing in the background, just episode after episode after episode. I mean, I don't care. I'm not watching that shit. I mean, it's I don't know, man. It's just crazy to see that, like, if they can get like all of the big heads of these streaming services together to just bid for something, what are the chances they can get together to do other stuff?
Than what Netflix could offer. To continue watching this show, you're forced to either subscribe to a new service, which would only eat into your pocket,
And also, how does anybody outbid Netflix on anything? Netflix is massive. Netflix was like the biggest thing. So like, did Netflix simply get outbid, or did they just like let Peacock have Office and decided to like what? Try to like do that thing where it's like, I'm not actually gonna buy it. I'm just gonna hope that the other person is just gonna like constantly raise the price until you kind of get a feel of like when their like tipping point is. It's like, oh, I feel that like that's your peak. Okay, I'm not gonna bid anymore. You guys can have it for $500 million. Was that the game plan from Netflix? To just put them $500 million in the hole, like $500 million. If that was the plan, I mean, big props to Netflix for having a big brain.
or pirate it. This is a big ethical problem that's leading so many people to justify piracy.
Piracy is a victimless crime. No, seriously.
Especially when you
Oh,
consider
yeah.
the painful fact that most streaming services do not have a strong library of good shows beyond the one.
Oh yeah, I mean, piracy. The whole piracy is a victimless crime. So, like, I understand it, but like, if I want to like talk about it in like an absolute sense, like, let's say you made something and that thing, can, you know, like, let's say you made like a song, like a little 2-minute song, like bang, you put a lot of time and effort into it, bang. Now that song's really popular. That song is gonna be like around forever, but you're not. So if you made a song and like people are listening to it, shouldn't it just be like you get like 8/10 of a, or like a tenth of a penny, or however it works on like Spotify for every time someone like listens to it or something? Like if somebody made something, then I can understand that, like, oh, I'll just like paying for something because someone made it for me to watch, and it's like, okay, I get it. But the thing that is like the gray part is that I don't know, it's like if I am like a diehard fan of The Office, why wouldn't I just get like a physical version of it, like ultimately, of like all the seasons, all the episodes, and it's like I have them now, like they're mine. But then understandably, the next part of the argument is oh, what if they just stop making the DVDs? I mean, or whatever. I mean, I guess they did, maybe they didn't. I don't know. But like, let's say for the sake of argument that what's the most likely thing that has happened? They have stopped making physical copies, and the only thing that exists is like a digital one from a stream service. Then, if I want to have The Office, then I have to subscribe to one of these Joe Schmo stream services. And when you subscribe, you don't actually own any of of this stuff. So the option to own something is not even like there anymore. So it's like, well, what happens if I don't own the thing when I give you money for the thing? I don't know.
Ones they plaster on billboards or the ones you see trending on TikTok. Eventually, you're left with a library of what some might call dog shit.
What the fuck is going on? This is so gross.
That's it. I'm never selling a dog's rear end again.
Me too, bro.
According to a study by Vindicia, the average American pays for 3 to 4 streaming video services per month, and that's just
for each one. They pay an average of like almost $9 a month. Total monthly bill of $30. That's less than a third of the average monthly bill of $107. Okay, a study found a number of reasons for people leaving streaming services. More than a quarter of U.S. subscribers said they had subscription video on demand channel canceled because of a credit card program, and about a third of them did return to the service after that. This is particularly an issue among younger adults. So, what is happening? The young adults, they don't want to pay for a cable bill. Okay, that's off the shelf. So then I'm going to get like either a computer or a smart TV or whatever. And then I'm only going to subscribe to like a couple things, which is still less than this number, which is $107 a month. Okay, so that's like, woohoo, big savings. All right, there's no harm, no foul. I don't know. Let me just keep
for video.
watching.
There's Apple Music, Spotify, video games, even software now are more expensive than ever. And if you're outside the US, things get much worse.
Oh, yeah, okay. That was it. Like the subscription lifestyle. Like there's a subscription to everything for every type of service. Yeah. Subscribing to things versus owning things, at least in terms of like entertainment media, either video or music or whatever. That is hard to answer.
No Regrets video about piracy. He talked about a man who got a VPN, paid a random dude in
India to get him a local phone number, then made an Indian Disney Plus account
just so he could watch his favorite movie legitimately.
He's more dedicated to this than I was to my ex-wife.
If you have to put that much effort to watch a single movie, you may as well just pirate it.
When you pirate them, it's much easier, it's much quicker, it's a lot less expensive, obviously.
When I was researching for this video, I saw this post comparing the basic plan for a Netflix subscription versus the pirated plan. If you're one for quality movies, you'll notice that the pirated version is actually much better than what Netflix...
Wait, how? If this is like the Netflix version versus the pirated version... Wait, I don't get it. Why is the Netflix version worse? But like just slightly worse.
offers you for $12, which should not be. There's a new term going around for what streaming companies are doing. It's called enshittification. It's the theory that product and services offered by once great companies get worse and worse over time as their need for growth and profit outweighs their desire to satisfy.
Oh, the enshittification of things. Yeah. So if enshittification is for like entertainment media, shrinkflation is for the food industry, because that's kind of synonymous, because everybody's pissed that food portions are getting smaller and smaller and you end up having to pay like more and more for less and less. So it's about the same concept of it's worse now than it was back then. This is just like what is like happening across like every industry. And I don't know how to solve this, dude. Like, I can't think of a good thing besides piracy and stealing, but it's not stealing.
Satisfy customers. Eventually, customers are going to be forced to pay higher and higher rates for increasingly deteriorating services, to the point where piracy is going to become an increasingly alluring value proposition. And when that happens, you can be
I mean, yes, I think more and more people will like start to pirate stuff, but it's like if I look at everybody in the United States and everybody who's like engaging in like entertainment stuff, I don't really think like your average old person's going to be pirating stuff. Chances are if you're pirating stuff, you're probably like in your 40s. Maybe like in your 50s, but like at least like 40s and then lower. So what I think is going to happen is like as the 30 and 40-year-olds get like older and older, they're just going to spread their culture of piracy to like the younger generation and just be like, oh, no, that's fine. You have to pay too much for that shit anyway. So check out this pirated version. It's just as good, if not better. And yeah. Just get away with it. That's the vibe that I see, because I mean, understandably, like not everybody is pirating. Like it's very understandable to think that like everybody's doing it. If you just say everybody's doing it, everybody's not doing it, because clearly these companies are still making money. But what is also worrying is that they're still constantly like raising their prices like $1 here, 50 cents here, or whatever. So it's like, well, when the fuck are you guys gonna stop like raising your price? Like they're still searching for a what do you call it? Like a tipping point to where they're gonna see like a massive like a drop off of people. And I mean, because what was the last price hike from Netflix? Like $2 or something, and then they added like didn't they add like a tiered system, or no? It's just like the one subscription for every, or no, It's like the one subscription, and it's like either for one person and a couple devices, or like a family of people and like a bunch of devices. Whereas before, it was just as long as you had the Netflix account, username, password, you could put your little username, password to like any device, infinite devices. But then they put a little lockdown on it and tried to limit the amount of devices that you can have on it, kind of like what the Adobe people do. You can only have this thing on like, was it like 2 or 3 computers, which is like hilarious.
Absolutely, indisputably assured that executives will blame absolutely everything but themselves. For now, the new approach people prefer is subscribe to 1 or 2 streaming services and pirate the rest.
Facts. Back it up.
Oh my god. I'm just gonna choose my favorite ones. The ones that I think and I would probably say it's Netflix is one of them. As far as like movie services go, it'd probably be Netflix, and probably Amazon Prime is another one, because a lot of people have just Amazon Prime. Netflix, Amazon Prime, and probably maybe one other one. Maybe Hulu, maybe Paramount, maybe HBO. One of those.
Back it up. 2, 2, 3 gonna make a nigga back it up.
The shifted priority of streaming companies from consumer satisfaction to maximizing shareholder value revived the quote, "If buying isn't owning, then piracy isn't stealing."
Yeah. I remember listening to this phrase over and over again. But it's you're not buying, you're subscribing. But then again, you could just take off the word buying and put the word subscribing. If subscribing isn't owning, then piracy isn't stealing. Because it's still the same thing. It still fits.
You may have,
but then it's like you buy a subscription. So I saw the perfect quote somewhere. If buying doesn't mean owning, then piracy isn't stealing. Now we get into like some mental gymnastics stuff of like who's right.
seen it in the comment section of videos. It's a reflection of people's growing anger towards the media we consume. It became even more popular when headlines like these started floating around.
The Gen Zers own nothing. They don't want to own anything. Everything is a service.
I miss the days where when you actually purchased something, it was yours.
I just lost every single book on my Kindle. Over 300 books.
And I tried to print at my leisure, and it was like, no, you literally can't use the printer unless you have a subscription.
Automakers want to turn this thing you drive every day into a moving subscription.
A new study shows Gen Zers have some finance problems, starting out with more credit card debt than previous generations.
But let this be your reminder, you guys, we don't own anything on social media. This is their app. They can at any time get rid of TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, your email. We don't own anything.
It raises a question. Has Gen Z's future been reduced to nothing more than a monthly subscription?
Do you remember the good old...
Oh, Jesus. When he says it like that, I'm just like, damn. Just whatever little money you make, you have to figure out what your favorite services are. It's like, oh, can I afford to do my little this service, my little that service, my little car wash service subscription, my subscription to Sam's Club, my subscription to YouTube, my subscription to Amazon, Netflix. My gym has a subscription. What else? My insurance. I gotta pay my monthly insurance. I gotta pay what else? My home insurance, my car insurance, my home payment, my car payment, my phone bill, monthly service thing. Maybe you just bought a new phone and you're making little incremental payments on your phone. Maybe you have phone insurance. What else? And then you haven't even thought about food. Food is a whole other thing. You still gotta buy food.
days when you could buy a DVD and own a movie for life. The best part, it was physical. You could feel it, you could keep it, you could play it. It could even become a collectible. Fast forward a few years later, and streaming services came along offering an even better way to watch movies. One filled with unlimited potential and a vast library of shows. You could never get tired. This was the dream sold. There was just one small problem. You couldn't own any of it. Think about it. If you buy a Netflix subscription today, you're not buying movies. You're renting access for as long as you continue paying. The day you stop for whatever reason that may be, whether it's because you got laid off from your job, got scammed, or maybe suffered a fatal accident that ate up your finances, as long as it causes your card to decline, your entire library disappears. Years of carefully building the perfect library for eating, dates, family, gone in an instant. That emotional connection you built, those memories tied to certain shows, they don't belong to you. They were always on loan, and the same goes for music as well.
My dad just threw me in the trash. Now I have to study till I...
Was World of Warcraft like way ahead of its time with its monthly subscription fee? It all goes back to World of Warcraft being the start of it and the end of it.
It's pretty crazy to think that to keep your playlist, you must pay for it till you essentially die. And even then, it's not over. If you shared your password before passing, the bill could get passed to the next user.
In the United States alone, your password was shared over 1.3 million times.
1.3 million people. That doesn't even make any fucking sense.
For these reasons, and so many others, people choose piracy. Illegal sites that let you download movies for free and watch them as many times as you want without fear of losing access in the nearest future. I am not supporting piracy, I am just stating the facts. And the fact is, Gen Z loves piracy, even though most of them lack the technical know-how to do it. That's why videos like how to watch Netflix for free in 2025, 100% legal, get thousands of views, even though free and legal should never be in the same sentence.
Wow, there's no way. I'm gonna look this up. Let me see this. How to watch Netflix for free 2025. Well, this is a video that came out. I mean, fuck it. Let's put it right here. Hold up. Hold up. Top selection. Over 400. And now, how to watch Netflix for free. Free app is better. 2 methods on how to watch Netflix for free 2025. Oh, okay, there's one, but that one got probably taken down somehow. I see a ton of videos. 100, 9K, 4K. Watch Netflix free. Oh, Tony. Oh, well, there's one. What I think is ends up happening is that if a video gets like too popular, it either gets taken down or gets like, oh, never mind. There it is. Okay. Maybe I'll watch that later.
Imagine this, without paying even a single dollar. You get to enjoy all your favorite shows.
But if you notice, like, the top views for the thing that I entered didn't come up on the top. It's like, oh, this guy's trying to figure out how to watch some free shit. Let's only give him the videos with a couple hundred or maybe even like double-digit views per video. So it's like the algorithm gets a little wonky when you start to ask it for like certain things.
shows and movies on Netflix for an entire year.
This is the best working method, and it's going to allow you to get free money as well, because you're going to not only will you be able to get free Netflix, but you'll also be able to get free money with this method here.
I don't know, man. Seeming sus lately.
Luckily for the streaming companies, many Gen Zs are not computer literate, as you'd expect a generation born to technology to be. Futurism called us the generation baffled by simple technology. It may come as a surprise, but because everything is so automated, 44% of Gen Z now have just the basic knowledge of how technology works. That's why we prefer Canva to Photoshop and CapCut to Premiere Pro, because it's easier to understand. It's also why Gen Z finds it hard to pirate softwares and movies, because they don't just know how, but they're willing to learn, and that is dangerous to streaming companies who have millions at stake. Subreddit.
Oh, exactly what I said. The parents know how to pirate, and so they're just going to show their kids how. So not necessarily like an older person thing. It's just going to be like a younger person thing. Like if you're 40 or and below, you probably have a way higher chance of knowing how to pirate, or you know someone that pirates stuff.
Telegram, and YouTube tutorials have been created to help the generation catch up on the vast revival of piracy. But you can argue that these are billion-dollar companies who can afford to waste $300 million on boring sci-fi movies with cool visuals. So technically, piracy from a relatively small group of teens should not be a problem, right?
Wrong.
The truth is, every media company is terrified of piracy. Netflix even admitted it in a report to investors. And it's no surprise why. The streaming business is brutally competitive.
I mean, yeah, it's just people with money trying to throw around their big dicks at other people who also have money. Like, yeah, Netflix hasn't really changed. Like, yes, Netflix has changed over the last, like, how long has Netflix been out? Like 15, 20-ish, well, probably like closer to 15 years since like the days of like getting the DVD thing and the website, the Netflix website, and then it changing to like the whole stream service or whatever. And understandably, the HUD of Netflix has probably went through some changes. That's fine. You could get like a little team of like 30 people to like kind of meander about and keep that thing going for like a couple hundred years. All right, that's not that tough. And then what? There's one guy, or maybe like a little team of like guys or whatever. You got some accountants, some other industry people, whatever. And so you got the people that manage the app/website. Okay, that's a team. And then you got the guys that talk to everybody else in the world. It's like, hey, you want to make a movie? Here's some money. Hey, we see what you made. Can we offer you something so we can put it on our thing? Okay, great. Yeah. Okay. Like conceptually, it doesn't take a lot of people to run Netflix. It just doesn't. And for Netflix to constantly be like asking for like more and more money, like I don't buy it. You want to give me the same bullshit that like the video game industry gives me? We're having increasing developmental costs. All right, we've doubled our budget to create this new thing, this Netflix only movie. It's like, no, you don't need $500 million to make a really good movie. You need some good writers to make a really good movie. Okay? And apparently, people are outsourcing that to ChatGPT.
Platforms are burning millions just to stay alive, and investors are losing faith in the business model fast. Just look at the numbers. Apple TV lost $1 billion in 2024. Peacock lost $372 million within the same year. Roku is down almost 20% this year, and Paramount stock has not recovered since they did the Thunderman's return.
What the hell is this? What is this, dude? Did somebody just get like at a Full Sail and they're like, yeah, I landed this big gig for a TV show and I'm going to plug in my special effects app and I'm going to, my little particle effects. And it's like, bang. Yeah. Fresh out of Full Sail.
But
are you, no.
and Paramount stock has not recovered since they did the Thunderman's return.
Bro, you see this rock bouncing? That's foam. The rock bounced up and bounced away off of another rock because they're made of foam. But maybe maybe this is me being like too judgmental or too ignorant to like get the vibe of the show. Maybe the show's like trying to capture something else, but like maybe it's not trying to be serious, which is fine. If it's not trying to be serious, I mean, fine, whatever. I rescind what I just said.
But that does not mean streaming is dead. In fact, what these companies suffer in stock value, they almost always make up for in streaming subscriptions.
Bank of America's internal data show that consumers are spending way more on streaming than they were even a couple years ago. The percentage of households...
So wait a sec. How can both things be true? People are both spending more on streaming than they did years ago, but all those businesses just reported like losses. Like, how is this mathing? Like, maybe I missed something. I'm pretty sure I probably missed something. I had to have missed something. Because he just said people are spending more on streaming, but all those services are reporting losses. So what's happening?
Spending over $100 a month is growing.
Oh.
While the percentage spending less than $20 is shrinking fast.
Ooh. So what's happening here? Streaming is starting to become a luxury service and no longer an affordable thing. You know what's going to happen? There's going to be some like bullshit. They're just going to come out with tiers. If you want to watch the $20 tier, the less than $20 tier, you have to watch ads, just like regular TV was 20 years ago. But if you don't want to watch ads, you can pay more. Chances are you're not making that money. That's not you, guy. That's not you. You not making money. You want to be a poor guy, a brokey, then you got to watch the ads. It's just a full circle. Wow.
It is because of this vast potential that many companies are taking big measures to combat piracy. But what happens when they run out of new subscribers?
Do you remember the...
Yeah, because remember the first company that came into came to like see this problem? It was Facebook. It was Meta. How many people, like, Facebook has like damn near like global brand recognition saturation. They have reached that, you know, understandably, like there's probably like at least 1 billion people that don't know about like Facebook / Meta, whatever. But they just don't have like internet. They don't have like technology. Like they're just not like that advanced yet. So Facebook has already examined this problem.
You wouldn't steal a car. Anti-piracy videos that played in front of movies and...
Oh, I remember this. This was on like what do you call it? This was on VHSs back in the day. For anybody that doesn't know what a VHS, I have no idea. No, this is the movie. This is a VHS. I forgot what it stands for, but I know this is what it is. It came in this thing. You plug it in. Well, you just pushed it in. A VHS player. It's got all the same functions of like play, fast forward, rewind, pause, record. It's kind of funny. This thing had a record button. So it's like, it's kind of like in like a modern day like thing. And it's so funny that I draw this comparison because one thing in video games that people complain about eventually is if you have like a single player game or like some sort of like ARPG or something like Monster Hunter or whatever, and there's like items and shit to collect, or let's like a World of Warcraft. If the game, and this is like an argument of like iceberg level, it's like down, down, down. So one argument is that if the game has the option to trade with other players, then it's fair to say that the game is pay to win. Because what ends up happening is that people trade money or either real life money or like in-game currency for items through like either Discord or Trade Channel or whatever. And as long as you have the in-game currency, you can just buy whatever you want. Versus a video game that does not have trading, you know, you could still like manage to do some like pay to win type stuff of like getting carries, but you'd have to do that like through a third party thing like Discord and just like go to like the economy side of your game and have it done like that way. Like, oh, I'll pay you some like $20 to like run me through a couple runs of like a Gore Magala or something to like carry me so I can get the armor. Like, yeah, but like you have to do it through a third party website. Whereas if the game gives you the option to trade, it's like, oh, I'll trade you some gold for like a couple mythic runs so I can get some gear. Okay. And all that just to say, like, because you also had things like these, let me see if I can find it. Well, not just this, but there was a record button. The record button is the same thing as the trade window, because it's so funny to me now that I actually think about it. Whoever made this thing gave you the ability to pirate from day one. So it's like, oh wow, dang, we should have gave him the ability to record stuff, only play stuff, because on all these little streaming sites, there's never a button to record, right? Right. If you want to record something on your screen, if you have a computer, well, what's like one of the major programs a lot of people use? Well, we use OBS. You know, this, you know, everyone knows this for like streaming and whatnot, but like, hey, all you got to do is pirate the thing one time, record it with OBS, and then it's yours forever. All right, you can get a record button back via OBS. These things had a record button built on them already. And some of them even came in like 2 layers. It was like there would be like 2 slots. So you could play the video off of one, put it on the screen, and then hit record. You could record the thing that was being played on the screen from the other slot. Those things existed. Let me see if I can find one. Let me see. VHS player double. Yeah, right there. Oh no, that's a DVD to VHS. Oh, there it is, right there. A double VHS right there. Double VHS. So you could play, and whatever's playing, you just record it on the other one. The technology existed back then, dude.
On DVDs, a whole bunch
Back in 2004, the British Federation Against Copyright Theft launched this anti-piracy act, only to get caught in the ultimate hypocrisy. Turns out,
and it was kind of funny, but because as a little kid, this worked 100% on me. You wouldn't steal a television, right? Well, yeah, that's a physical thing. You wouldn't steal a purse, a car.
They stole both the fonts and the music when making the ad campaign. Some reports even suggest this carelessness accidentally encouraged more piracy.
Yeah, it was funny about that song. Yeah, he just literally said it. They stole like music or like what was it, like tones or whatever from like a different song to make that. So they pirated stuff to make the Don't Pirate song.
Piracy instead of stopping it. Now, obviously, this ad alone was not responsible for the level of piracy carried out across different industries, but it definitely played a role in spreading awareness, not just in the way they expected.
The problem with the ad was it was released right at the birth of Web 2, just as people were really starting to figure out how the internet and computers worked. So rather than discourage people from downloading movies illegally, it just told them it was possible. And
Oh man, I was a little kid. I didn't know how to do that shit.
made them curious to explore the world of pirated content. And these were the glory days for pirated content. The Pirate Bay opened in 2003, and by 2005, there were over 1.7 million users downloading pirated movies, music, and software on LimeWire alone.
According to Zed.
And also before Pirate Bay, there was streaming, well not streaming, but like, well maybe it was streaming. These apps or websites called either BearShare or LimeWire. Those were like the two ones that I used. But those were also the most like janky because whatever you were downloading, it either could or could not be whatever you were trying to search for. That was the gamble.
US households paid as much as $1,000 for streaming subscriptions. With these kind of numbers, you'd think streaming services would focus on making subscriptions more affordable, but instead, they're pushing for a new bill that could change the game forever. If passed, this law would force internet providers to block access to piracy websites, targeting anime, movies, TV shows, and other content that cost Hollywood billions yearly. They're especially fighting now, more than ever, as some reporters suggest that some piracy websites are receiving more traffic than Disney Plus and Crunchyroll. If this keeps up, it could ruin their entire business model. We're entering a new era where streaming services are running out of new subscribers. So the only way to keep the money flowing.
And the thing about that is these guys are realizing a cycle that is happening, and they realize that I don't know if they think they can stop it. I don't think they can stop it, because this is the same thing that happens with cheating in video games, at least in like FPS. It's probably a lot of other video games, but like most notably in FPS, of like the new cheat comes out, or the new game comes out, it's super popular. All right, great, bang. So some people will create cheats for it. Okay, great. So then the game is like, okay, ban wave. Okay, we'll ban them, bang. That'll confuse them. And then time goes on, and then all of a sudden another new wave of new cheats pops up. The ones that they can get past that first layer of like anti-cheat system. And then time goes on, and it's like, bang, another ban wave. All right, and then what's happening is there's a circle of ban wave, new cheats, ban wave, new cheats, ban wave, new cheats. So what is happening right now is you got big streamer bro up here with all the money in the world. They, as time goes on, it's like, yeah, raise price, raise price, raise price, raise price. Bang, Pirate Bay, or probably BearShare and like LimeWire and Napster all came out, and it's like, okay, everyone's getting on, everyone's getting popular, all that stuff is getting popular. Oh man, we're losing money, and then bang, block those sites. All right, and then time goes on. It's like, dang, okay, time goes on, and more stuff comes out, and then all of a sudden, bang, Pirate Bay comes out, and it starts popping off. Everyone's on Pirate Bay, pirate, buy more stuff, or not buy more stuff, just buy. Maybe there's like, usually, I don't know how it goes. I never pirated anything, but like, there's probably like one dude that like records like the best quality version of like a video DVD or whatever, and then he's gonna be like the lone hero that has all the seeds that everybody starts downloading off of him, and then it's like, oh wow, that one seed is good. That was a banger. All right, so everyone likes that one, and then they all get more popular, and then bang, streaming services decide to block Pirate Bay. And then as time goes on, we find more websites to pirate stuff off of. And then as time goes on, pirating is getting too popular, man. We're losing too much money. Oh my God, we gotta raise the prices because we have to maintain our profit margins. And then something else happens with the website. We're gonna block them all with this new bill. And then probably the same cycle is gonna happen again. It just hasn't happened yet. Okay, that's what's gonna happen. You take down one head only for two more to replace it. It's like a hydra.
Is by providing truly innovative, high-value experiences that customers actively want to support financially. For Netflix, it's their original shows and cough, their pricing structure that allows users to watch movies in 4K with Netflix spatial audio. For Disney Plus, it's Star Wars and their OG shows you could never get elsewhere.
And very evidently so.
For HBO Max, it's Game of Thrones. That's it. The truth is, streaming
using any Snow White reaction clip is just pure bliss for me.
Companies depend on users getting all their entertainment from them, and only them. Piracy doesn't just slow their growth, it threatens their entire existence. And since streaming is dependent on users coming back, it is only logical they take the necessary steps to protect the future of their business. But I can't help but wonder if this is really the solution, because people seem to think otherwise.
Like a rash that just won't respond to medication, internet piracy is one of those things that will never go away completely.
If you narrow it down, why do people really pirate? Is it just because it's free? Because for a while, streaming did reduce that.
There's a bunch of reasons why people pirate, dude. Like one reason people pirate different languages of a movie is simply because the original movie people didn't bother to make the movie in a certain language. Or people pirate stuff for some moral sense of like, oh, big business doesn't need my money. They're already billionaires, which is fine. I mean, it's whatever. Like, who's going to notice a grain of sand missing from the sandbox? All right. People pirate for a ton of reasons, man.
Problem? Or is it the convenience? If a pirate website makes it easy for you to access movies from all over the world in high quality with the extra bonus of no ads, the value of a streaming service like Disney Plus, who you cannot legally sue, drops dramatically. The only real way—
Yeah, you can't legally sue Disney. What a joke.
To win users and retain loyalty involves two words that is not very profitable in this day and age. It's called customer satisfaction.
I hate Disney.
Streaming services used to look like this. Now they look like this. The longer streaming services have been around, the more complicated and confusing it has gotten. It used to be you just had Netflix, but now we got 15 services and half of them are ad-free, half of them have ads. I don't even remember which ones I paid for. I don't even know if some of them were free. Oh my.
At this point, I can only hope that the day comes that—
Yeah, and it's even more bad because like the Disney one, there's like different versions of some of these like streaming services. Like you take Disney Plus, there's like Disney Plus with Hulu, Disney Plus with Netflix, there's Disney Plus with Amazon, there's Amazon Prime with Hulu, there's like they pick and choose like and segment their like movie catalogs to different like streaming services, and it's so weird and confusing and annoying, and it just makes me not want to interact with the system at all. I'd rather go make a build raw in PoE than try to figure out which services do I get the best deal for like the most movies. Like, no.
That streaming fatigue becomes a thing of the past, and streaming platforms see its users as real people who crave to be entertained, who want to build unforgettable moments through shows, who rely on TV to escape reality when life is getting difficult, and not just numbers meant to increase stock price.
Oh, done already? Dang. This is a good ass video, dude. 100%. Bro, people are just so they have you already said it. They have subscription fatigue. Like I would be willing to bet that the smart people The smart brokies will at least track their subscription services and their monthly bills and realize that once they have them all down in like a little notepad or something in their phone, they'll be like, wait a sec. I have 5 subscriptions services. I don't need all these. And then that's when they start like hacking. Like, I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. Right? It's called budgeting, but whatever. And once you do that, like you put all your shit on like a one notepad, you quickly realize it's like, Jesus, there's too many subscription services. What am I doing with my life? That's like a horrible realization to come to, but nonetheless, you must come to it. Oh, man. But, I mean, it's a great video, dude. I just want to see, like, what's the vibes everyone's feeling. Like, I never stopped pirating because I'm poor, so I wouldn't buy the thing anyway. Geo restrictions, yup, most notably. The NBA. Was it NBA? I'm pretty sure it was the NBA app has something that, like, if your house lives like a couple miles away from the stadium that the game is happening in, you cannot watch that game on a stream service. I forgot the reason why, but I know that's a thing. I can't stand not owning. I hate when streaming stops mid-movie because of connection issue. Downloaded movies have better quality. I can't preview what I'm buying, and a lot of media sucks. Yeah, that's why people are more and more heavily relying on reviews from actual people with unbiased opinions. All right, that's the important part. I don't care about the review from some paid-ass shill. Let me see. The thing is, it is easily solvable. Just create one service or platform where everything is available, and then depending on who holds the right to a show, they can make money, depending on who is watching the content. But they won't do it, because then they will have to focus on making good shows and content instead of trying to monopolize everything. You wouldn't steal a car. No, because a car is owned. Apparently, we don't own the movies we buy, so they aren't being stolen. I have yet to hear, like, a reason against this saying. Like, I don't know, maybe I should, like, watch a video that goes, like, against this. Like, logic. Because I haven't heard anything yet. Pirating in my 20s, streaming in my 30s, and now back to pirating in my 40s. Life is weird. Oh, yeah. Pirating in your 20s because you don't got money. Streaming in my 30s because you kind of have some money. And back to pirating in your 40s because you have no money again. What a day. What a day, dude. Overall, I didn't know about this, so this is cool. I'm a fan now. I'm subbed. I dig it. Keep it going, dude. Made a banger. That's pretty much it for me. I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right, later.